Good morning, children of God. Good morning. How many of you had frost on the pumpkin this morning? Yep. My pumpkin was inside where it was warm, so I didn't get any frost, but I did get trimmed. Well, it was that or having an upset wife. She said, if you don't get a haircut, you'll end up using my curling iron, and that's not going to work. So I just said, okay. That way it doesn't get in my eyes. It works out really well that way. This is at work, isn't it? Our attitude of mind is largely shaped by that to which we listen. What's going on in your world? What are you listening to? The troubles of the world are the voice of truth. May I humbly suggest the voice of truth is a much better path, but hey, you get to choose. One of the choices that we have is to be here this morning. Let's stand. Join together with Steve in the silence. In this moment, love is here. Peace is here. Truth is here. God is here. And we take one holy moment and acknowledge His presence moving in and through us. This day we choose to be open and receptive and responsive to His instruction and guidance. This day we are grateful for the opportunity to come together, to worship, to sing, and to pray in the name, in the nature, in the power of the Christ. Amen.
Today's daily word is learn, and Flo will read the daily word.
Good morning. Good morning. The daily word says, I treasure all my learning experiences. A Chinese proverb states that learning is a treasure that will follow its owner everywhere. Now, all my triumphs and tribulations are to be treasured. With each experience, I learn more about myself and also my purpose in life. Now, with every situation, I see the world from a new perspective, and I grow. Now, each stage of my life has its challenges and its rewards, and it brings wisdom and insight. And how exciting it is to know life's lessons are unfolding, and how wonderful that each day inspires new growth. Now, my life is not stagnant or dull, but filled with new joys. I look forward to each day, ready to learn about myself and about the world. I treasure my life and all its lessons. From Colossians so that they may have all the riches of assured understanding, all the treasures of wisdom and knowledge. And so it is. Thank you.
Who you are, when you will absolutely hold to your truth, when you will live from your heart, wonderful things happen. And part of it is regularly repeating who you are. Let's take our affirmation together. I am a child of the living God. I have within me the all-creating power of the Christ. It radiates from me and blesses all whom I contact. I am now in the presence of pure being and immersed in the Holy Spirit of life, love, and wisdom. I am now in the presence. Let us relax into that and join with Steve. I believe in you. I believe. I trust. I have faith. Holding to these statements of the truth of us, gently, easily, effortlessly now, we move to that place within us that Jesus called our secret place, our inner closet. And as we enter in this day, we close the doors. We close the doors on those thoughts and feelings of what I should have done. I close the doors on those thoughts and feelings of what I have yet to do this day, and for one holy moment I rest. I breathe, and I listen. For in my prayers I ask, here in the stillness, in the silence, answers come. It may come to you this day in the form of a word, a phrase, the sound of music. Regardless, know it comes to you this day wrapped in love. In this day, in this moment, all my needs are met. I am grateful, and I reach out and say, yes, this day I accept these gifts. In this moment, I immerse myself in them. And as I do so, each and every cell of my being responds. I am whole and free. I am blessed. This day, I remember I am a channel through which good flows into my world. This morning, in this moment, with a grateful heart, I open that channel and allow those gifts which have come to me freely to move through me, from me, into my world. There is no lack nor limitation. These thoughts and feelings move from me, through me, into this place, into this room, and touch each and every one of God's children. In that moment, I am blessed. I continue to be a blessing from this place into our community. Like mind joined together in power, reaching out, touching each and every one of God's children. Across our city, across our state, touching each and every one of God's children in this moment. I am blessed. I continue to be a blessing. From me, through me, into our world, across our country, around our world, touching each and every one of God's children. Whether they know it or not. And this day, in every circumstance in my life, whether here and now or somewhere in my world, in this moment, I breathe, I see God. Regardless of appearance, I am there. Good is there. I hold that truth. I breathe it. And I am blessed. I continue to be a blessing from me, through me, throughout our universe. Here in the stillness and the silence, I remember that in truth, we are never separate one from the other. And somewhere, somewhen, someone is saying in this moment, thank you, thank you, thank you for the gifts that you have sent, is gratefully received. And that gratitude swells up and returns to you. The circle of life, whole, complete, in this moment. I breathe, I rest, I live in oneness for one holy moment. and knowing there is more yet for me to do this day, holding to this experience we have shared, I now gently, easily, effortlessly bring my attention back to this now, to this place. And from my heart, I join with you and pray as Jesus, our elder brother, has taught us when he said, "As for you, pray therefore in this manner." Num, 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 num. It is so much fun to watch God work in your world when you're willing to open up to it. You get to choose, by the way. It's all your choice. But it sounds so awfully egotistical to say it's all about me. Guess what? It's all about me. It is. It's your path, right? You have to walk it. You have to decide what's right for you. One of the things we talk about on Wednesday in our metaphysical Bible discussion is we talk about translation. We talk about looking at your world and being able to understand what's going on, that while the Bible is our base, one of my teachers said this is a blueprint of the human soul. And within this blueprint are all the aspects of being. And you get to be the builder, to take the pieces as you will, to put them together as you will, and to demonstrate them in your world based on what? What I think, what I feel, what I speak, and the actions I take. And when those things are in alignment, I get amazing results. I get an artist who hasn't been in this building since 1996. It gets better. Part of that story is he lives in the neighborhood here. He drives by this building every day and told me he hadn't been in it since 1996 when they installed the windows. He said, really kind of neat. I do good work. I said, yes, you do. And guess what? You can stop by any time. He said, I will. I believe him. Right? Right. But that comes about because I'm willing to do a couple of things. And that's what we're going to talk about this morning, is two preliminary steps. And the one is the precursor for the other. But sometimes there's confusion about it, and so I wanted to spend some time. See, the two preliminary steps are this. The first is which we call denial. Now, this is why I want to spend some time with this, is because denial does not mean something didn't happen in my world. Denial is not a river in Egypt. Denial is what? Something that has occurred in my life to which I choose to give no power. So I deny that which appears in my world that I have chosen to give no power. The second is as important as the first, and that is affirmation. Nature abhors a vacuum. If you're going to take something out, you want to fill it as fast as you can. If you don't, the little devil that you sent into the desert will go find 7 friends and bring them home. Why? Because you have this nice, clean, warm home. You got rid of that stuff. Oops. Right? So the affirmation is important. I have to understand when I say affirmation, what am I asking for? What am I affirming in my life? Well, what did you get rid of? And what would you put in its place? And one of the challenges we have is, yeah, but Rob, what if I'm wrong in my affirmation? I got the denial down pretty good. I'm getting there anyway. But what if I put the wrong thing out there as an affirmation? How will I know? It goes like this: thought, feeling, word, action, experience. What's the experience? Well, I'm just kind of like this. Need to make a shift again, yes? Good, you get to change your mind again. It's okay. It's okay. Because we're talking about experience. We're talking about what I want to bring into my world. And I need to clear some stuff out. And that's what the denials are all about. Those who knew Mary Baker Eddy said that one of the reasons she was such a powerful healer is that when she worked with somebody, she spoke these words: "It is not so." So whatever showed up in the form of dis-ease, it is not so. Now, that doesn't mean it didn't show up. It just means it has no power. We had fun with this one a little bit on Wednesday. I think it was this Wednesday. Did we talk about Lazarus this Wednesday? I don't remember. I have to look. Oh, yeah, we did. Good. Yeah. Why did Jesus hang out for 3 days before he goes to Lazarus? Now remember, this is a family he loved. Lazarus and Elizabeth and Mary. He loved them, and they loved him. These were friends of his. And they come to him and say, Lazarus dead. He went, oh, okay. And hung out for 3 days. Well, why didn't he just run right there? Because part of the lesson is we need to look beyond appearance. I want you to know from your current expression and understanding, Lazarus, from your understanding, is dead. Because that's not the truth, but it's what you understand. So after 3 days, I got a pretty good idea. He's not coming out, right? Well, that's what we think. Today, we still think that. Okay? Because that's our experience. Those who make transition very seldom come back to us and talk. Jesus did, but in every instance he had to remind people of who he was. Who's this guy hanging out? Hi, it's me. What? Wouldn't that how you'd feel? There's somebody that you knew had made transition, shows up in your midst. Wouldn't you ask that question too? Who is that? Okay. But the denial was this: it is not so. Lazarus not dead. How do I know that? Because life is eternal. See, and that's what Jesus saw, eternal life. And so he went and said, yo. And Lazarus, being a good friend, got up and came out. Now, I say that only slightly tongue-in-cheek. I believe that partly to be true. You see, if Lazarus didn't believe it either, he'd still be in the tomb. I think. You got to be receptive, yes? I got to be ready for the word. You're not dead. I'm coming out. Right? Why? Life is eternal. I take the denial. What's the denial? It is not so. What is the truth? Life is eternal. Live it. By what? By what your beliefs are. Now you need to stretch those sometimes. That's what we're all about, is stretching. And I stretch my way and you stretch yours, and it's all good. And hopefully we honor each other on our path, and we say to one another, I think your thinking is a little for me. That's a golf clap for those of you who don't know. Because it's who you are. Okay. What would you experience? What do I want to put in its place? What am I holding on to that I want to get rid of in my world? What do I want to see in my world? What vision am I painting? And then I can take that first step. That's the denial. Take it out and get it out of the way. And immediately fill it with what I want to show up in my world. And if it's wrong meaning it didn't come out the way I expected, then somewhere between thought, feeling, word, and action, there's a disconnect. It's relatively simple. Is there anybody in here besides me that like to lose 5 pounds? Just saying. Okay, we can all equate to that. Okay, so the thought is, I want to lose 5 pounds. The feeling is, when I lose 5 pounds, I'll be really pumped up. Well, more than 5, but you get the drift. Okay. And I give it word, I'm going to lose 5 pounds. And then I'm going to take action. I'm first at dinner, and at the buffet table, and at the dessert tray. Guess what? The 5 pounds is hanging around. Why? I'm only just a little out of kilter, yeah? My actions didn't match thought, feeling, word. And it's okay. That's part of the process, because you then come back and go, oh, well, if you really want to lose the 5, Rob, may I humbly suggest that you don't have 88ths for dessert. Not just first and seconds, and don't have dessert first. And then don't buy into the notion that a cupcake with frosting, if you lick the frosting off, is a muffin, and muffins are good for you, so eat the muffin. Oops. Say, I'm just a little out of kilter. It's okay. However, when I come back in, then I can say, okay, I really want to make a change. I really, this time I mean it. Like I didn't mean it last time. Yeah, I meant it last time, but what gets in the way? Oh, that would be me. I get in my way. Why? Because I'm still carrying stuff that I haven't quite dealt with yet, in one form or another. And it might not even be my stuff. Like I need to carry somebody else's. It's under the generations, and here's what I mean by that. What do your parents give you that you're still holding on to? What did your grandparents give you that you're still holding on to? What did your great-grandparents give you that you're still holding on to as the truth? That doesn't mean it's wrong, and I like that word too. We get to play with that. Doesn't mean it's wrong. Just means that's what I'm holding on to. But it's not the truth. So I just need to make a shift. I would experience the truth. Isn't that a great affirmation? This is not true. I would experience the truth. What is the truth of me? I would experience the Christ of me. I would experience the perfection that is me. Notice I didn't say gonna be. Is me. That's hard. How many of you can honestly say, hand in air, I am perfect? Good for you. I knew I was in the right room. And the other hand went, well, I'm not so sure. Yeah, at the core of me, that's the truth. Okay, now, this is the tougher one. Am I experiencing and expressing that perfection in my world? Ooh, the hand's not going up quite so high this time. But I am the way I am in the moment, and that's okay too. Why? Because that picture of perfection, whatever that is going to change as I move along. It's going to remain the same. God is now, today, yesterday, forever. That's not going to change. Only my thinking about it is going to change. So take these 2 steps. Begin with the denial. Get stuff out of your way. Give it an affirmation and work forward. Now, if you're having a challenge with that, good for you. You're exactly where you need to be. Because we're all on that path. That's why we come together, by the way, is to share with one another. To find out ways that work or don't. I know I've shared with you before that on occasion my mother used to say to me, you realize that playing pool does not look good on your resume. That's what she said. Okay? The truth was I'm very good at pool. I got a lot of Liberty money playing pool. But I knew what she was saying from her perspective. Right? Things have changed over time. I'm not saying go play pool. That's okay too. But it's all about what? It's about understanding who you are and coming from there and understanding how I can make shifts in consciousness and thinking. And for me, it begins with this. Regardless of appearance, I love you. Now, I'm not only talking to my world, I am talking specifically to me. So let us speak specifically to your heart. Ready? I love you. Breathe. I bless you. Together. I bless you. Breathe. I appreciate you. Together. I appreciate you. Breathe. In this moment, I behold the Christ. Together? I behold the Christ. Now you can start the rest of your day.
Thank you for listening. Please feel free to pass this message along to your friends and family. You can obtain additional audio tapes or CDs by visiting our website or by calling our office at 541-772-6902. We invite you to join us in prayer. We know that prayer works, and now you can send your prayer request to our prayer team here at Christ Unity Church by using the form on our website. The activities, programs, and services of this ministry are presented on a love offering basis. All gifts, regardless of size, are gratefully accepted. You may participate either by sending your gift to Christ Unity Church, 540 North Holly Street, Medford, Oregon, 97501, or by visiting us on the internet at www.unitymedford.org.